Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to teach you guys how I drive a BMW completely for free and how I might be able to actually sell it for a profit a little later. If you guys find that interesting, go ahead and stick around and we're going to get right into it. Here we go. Alright, so looking into the screen, you guys can see that the first thing we got to talk about is arbitrage. So those of you that don't know what arbitrage is just moving one asset. In this case it would be a vehicle. You can do this for a motorcycle, an SUV, whatever you want. But in this case it would be an asset that you move from one marketplace to another. You buy it in one marketplace and you sell it in another. The best example I could give is if you buy an expensive car, let's say like a Mercedes or a BMW or whatever you want to, whatever expensive car, and you buy it in a place that values it less, somewhere like small town area like Oklahoma, stuff like that. If you buy a car or a BMW like that there, and then you compare something like that compared to the same exact vehicle in California, it'll just cost less just because everything in California costs less. So it literally just comes down to the geographical location of where the asset is. So buying in somewhere like Oklahoma could be you can get a discounted vehicle and then sell it like somewhere else in California, and be able to have free transportation. But the only thing about that is you do have to recycle that. You get to recycle that money over and over again, but you have to buy a new vehicle every 2 to 3 years, just because eventually with cars, you know, especially or motorcycles or whatever it is, you have to do maintenance, you have to do oil changes, you have to do you know, you have to pay for registration, you have to pay for you know, of course, depreciation and stuff like that. So if you take all that into consideration, you only get to have whatever car you want. Like my BMW, I'm only keeping it for a year and then I'm selling it. So that's the only thing you got to keep in the back of your head. So now now that you know what arbitration is, or arbitrage, I'm sorry, not arbitration. That's something totally different. We're gonna go ahead and look over here to some vehicles in some different places. So all I did is I went on Car Gurus. I looked up a 2011 BMW 328i, which is what I have. And so we're just looking at nationwide all these vehicles, and you can see that the prices range pretty drastically. Like you know, this 2011 3 Series will go for $10,000, you know, almost $11,000 with 36,000 miles on it. But this other one will go with, you know, it's the exact same car with 100,000 miles on it, and it's going for $2,000 less. So you can see that there's big swings in difference. This one's going for 7,500. These are going for 7,000, you know, 123,000 miles. Obviously, the more mileage and stuff like that. But you just have to do your research on the vehicle, on whatever asset you're looking at, you know, the asset class, and then you can make a decision on whether it's going to be a good investment, you could say. This is a way you can invest in your transportation, I guess. Because I mean, most people, when they buy cars, they go and buy one from the dealership and they pay the dealership tax, and then they pay documentation fee, and then they pay, you know, right when you drive the car off the lot, it's like worth like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 less than what you just bought it for. So there's a lot of ways. Obviously, you pay for financing and stuff like that. You know, these crazy, ridiculous interest rates that the dealership will hit you with, and markups and all that stuff, because they have to make money too. But this way you can actually have free transportation and it'll actually put a lot of extra money back in your pocket. So I'm going to pull up a calculator real quick here. And I've already taken the liberty to find out what I can reasonably get for my vehicle after 1 year. So reasonably, I'm saying I can get $12,000 for my car. Now I bought the car for $8,000. I'm gonna say about coming up on 3 months ago now. So, well, no, not 3 months ago. Maybe like 2 months ago, 2.5. I don't know, something like that. So $12,000 is what I'm hoping to sell it for. And then if you subtract $8,000, which is what I paid for it, that leaves me with $4,000 profit. But you have to take into consideration gas and maintenance. So for gas, I already took the liberty of making the calculations out on a piece of paper. And so if you take 52 weeks, which is 52 weeks is 1 year, you divide that by 2, that's 26 weeks. So we're just saying that I put $40 worth of gas in my car every 2 weeks. $40 fills up the tank. I'm not putting that much gas in my car, but I'm just using this as an example. That means that over 1 year, I'll put 1,000 minus 1,000, $40 of gas in my car. So that leaves me with 2,900 or $2,960. I'm trying to say, okay. And then you take into consideration that I paid for about $100, $120 worth of registration. You do minus 120. That gives me 2,840 minus. Let's do an oil change. You're supposed to do usually an oil change 1 time a year, or every 5,000 miles, whatever comes first. So you do minus $70, and that leaves me with $2,770. So that means I bought the car for $8,000. If I can sell it for $12,000, even after putting gas and oil change and the registration and everything that I need to put it in my name, I will be able to sell the car, get my $8,000 back, and get an extra $2,770 at the end of the year for driving a 2011 BMW 328i. And so that's how you do it. It's just very simple math. It's stuff that people don't really take in consideration because they don't want to put in the effort to learn about a vehicle or, drive out of state to go get a car or something like that. It's really not that difficult. People drive, make the 3-4 hour drive to, obviously I live in Arizona, so, to California and back and stuff like that. It's not that bad. If you really want to save some money, you would do this. So I hope you guys learned something. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. It really helps a lot. Share the video with somebody that you think might find this interesting or is looking for a car and they don't really have too much money to spend, or they want to save some money. Getting into, this is another way you can invest in cars and stuff like that. But like I said, if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and drop a like. Thank you very much, and you have a good one. See ya.